Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally doing an updated bookshelf tour. So the last time I did a bookshelf tour was in 2019, and so my shelves have changed quite a lot since then, and I've just been really intimidated to film this video, honestly, because I've got 4 bookshelves. That's a lot of books to go through, but I have finally done it for you guys, and I hope that you're excited to see a tour of my shelves, an in-depth, complete tour of my bookshelves. But before we get into the actual tour of the shelves, I did just want to talk about my organization a little bit. So primarily, I organize my bookshelves by formatting, which basically just means I lump all of the tall hardcovers together, all the regular hardcovers together, and then all the paperbacks together. I do have some series that are like mixed paperback and hardcover, so those just go to the very bottom of the bookcase. And then within each shelf, I try to do it within height order if there is varying heights, because that is what is pleasing to my eye. But there are a lot of instances where I do break this organization method. For example, I do have shelves that are dedicated to a specific author, for example V.E. Schwab or Marissa Meyer, and I do have multiple formats of their books, and so that is when I break the rules. And honestly, I love my bookshelves. I love how I organize it. I would love to hear how you guys organize your bookshelves down below in the comments. I find it so interesting how everyone decides to organize them by genre, alphabetically, rainbow. But this is how I organize my bookshelves, and I hope you guys are excited to see a tour of my shelves. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off with giving you an overview of all of the shelves, and then we'll get into the in-depth tour. Okay, so on the first shelf we have some tall hardcovers, and the only decoration on this shelf is my little Monica Geller Friends Funko. So the first book is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. Then we have Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and War Storm, all by Victoria Aveyard. A Curse so Dark and Lonely, A Heart so Fierce and Broken, and A Vow so Bold and Deadly, all by Bridget Kemmerer. Stalking Jack the Ripper, Hunting Prince Dracula, Escaping from Houdini, and Capturing the Devil, all by Carrie Maniscalco. The Diviners by Libba Bray, Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I'll Be There For You, The One About Friends by Kelsey Miller, Popular by Maya Van Wagenen, and This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl with Lori and Wayne Earl. And then we have my first Cassie Clare Shadowhunter shelf with my Once Upon a Time Captain Hook Funko Pop. So we have The Red Scrolls of Magic and The Lost Book of the White, both by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, The City of Bones 10th Anniversary Edition, City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness, The Bane Chronicles, this is by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson, and Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. Then we have the continuation of my Cassandra Clare shelf with my 2 other Once Upon a Time Funko Pops. We have Prince Charming and Snow White, And then also this little canvas that I painted that has the Parabatai rune on it. So we have the Clockwork Angel 10th Anniversary Edition, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, Ghosts of the Shadow Market. This is by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Bryan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron, and finally the Shadowhunters Codex, and this one is by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. Then we have more tall hardcovers, the only decorations on this shelf being my Beauty and the Beast Funko Pops. So we have my 2 editions of Again But Better by Christine Riccio. We have the Barnes & Noble edition and the Target edition. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. 6 of Crows by Lee Bardugo, Caraval, Legendary, and Finale, all by Stephanie Garber. A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, The Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, Kingdom of Ash, and House of Earth and Blood. All of those were by Sarah J. Maas. Then we have my V.E. Schwab shelf, and the only decorations on this shelf are 2 little old keys that I have. The Dark Vault, an Arc of the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, an Arc of Gallant, the UK Anniversary Edition of the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, the regular Anniversary Edition of the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and the original hardcover of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. The Archive and the Unbound, Vicious and Vengeful, A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, A Conjuring of Light, another edition of A Darker Shade of Magic, and the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of The Near Witch. Then we have the first part of my Marissa Meyer shelf. So I have a Rapunzel Funko, a little figure of Gus Gus from Cinderella, these 2 paper figures of Nova and Adrian from Renegades, an Arch Enemies pin, and my Cogsworth statue from Disneyland. Fairest, Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Winter, and Stars Above, Wires and Nerve Volume 1, and this is by Marissa Meyer with the art by Doug Holgate, and Wires and Nerve Volume 2, Gone Rogue. This one again is by Marissa Meyer, but the art is by Stephen Gilpin. Renegades, Arch Enemies, Supernova, Heartless, Gilded, and Instant Karma. And then we have the continuation of the Marissa Meyer shelf. We have a little Alice in Wonderland in a teacup. We have a little Cheshire Cat, a whole bunch of temporary tattoos for Renegades, a poster featuring all of Marissa Meyer's female heroines, an Instant Karma pin, 2 Renegades postcards, and a Renegades holographic print. We have an Arc of Cinder, and then we have the new paperbacks of Cinder, Scarlet, Crest, and Winter, as well as the paperback for Heartless. Then we have a regular hardcover shelf featuring my Lumiere statue and a Boo Funko Pop, Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley, The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, 2 editions of The Fault in Our Stars, the regular hardcover and the exclusive collector's edition, Moxie by Jennifer Matthew, The Year of Secret Assignments by Jacqueline Moriarty, The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks, The Devouring Grey, and The Deck of Omens, both by Christine Lynn Herman, Now Entering Adamsville by Francesca Zappia, The Masked Truth, Sea of Shadows, and Empire of Night, all by Kelly Armstrong, The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken, Carry On, and Wayward Son, both by Rainbow Rowell, The Wizards of Once, and The Wizards of Once Twice Magic, both by Cresta Cowell. So then we have some more regular hardcovers with a Mrs. Potts statue, Alex Approximately, Starry Eyes, Serious Moonlight, and Chasing Lucky, all by Jen Bennett, Dear Sweet Pea, Ramona Blue, Dumplin', Puddin', and Pumpkin, all by Julie Murphy. Then we have 2 editions of Fangirl, the regular hardcover and the Target exclusive edition, and The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. Then we have more regular hardcovers with my Peter Pan and Tinkerbell Funko Pops, then my Black and White WandaVision Funko Pops, and this little stuffed dog, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, Cemetery Boys, and Lost in the Neverwoods, both by Aiden Thomas, Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega, The Iron Trial, The Copper Gauntlet, and The Bronze Key, all by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, Blue Lily Lily Blue, The Raven King, and Call Down the Hawk, all by Maggie Stiefvater. Furthermore, Witchwood, A Very Large Expanse of Sea, An Emotion of Great Delight, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, Defy Me, Imagine Me, and This Woven Kingdom, all by Tahara Mafi. Then we have more regular hardcovers, this one with a lot of Funkos on it. So we have The Scarlet Witch, Captain America, Tom Holland Spider-Man, plus an unmasked Tom Holland Spider-Man, and The Amazing Spider-Man, as well as 2 itty bitties. We have Black Widow and Spider-Man, and then we have a Tris Prior Christmas ornament from Divergent. Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and 4 all by Veronica Roth, Scythe, Thunderhead, and The Toll, all by Neil Schusterman. And then we have my Anna Green Gables Ella Montgomery shelf. So I have a little fake succulent, and back here I have an Anna Green Gables doll. So we have Anna Green Gables. This is the edition that I annotated. We have the Hallmark edition of Anna Green Gables. Then we have this Barnes & Noble edition, I believe, of Anna Green Gables that my friend Julia kindly sent to me and defaced for me. This is the dust jacket for it. And this is the Seasons edition fall version of Anna Green Gables. Then we have the Anna Green Gables graphic novel adapted by Mariah Marsden and illustrated by Brenna Thumler. Then we have the box set of Anna Green Gables, starting with Anna Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, Anne of the Island, Anne of Windy Poplars, Anne's House of Dreams, Anne of Ingleside, Rainbow Valley, and Rilla of Ingleside. And then the only non-Anna Green Gables related book is Emily of New Moon. Then we have this edition of Anna Green Gables published by Tundra Books. Then we have this edition of Anna Green Gables. Then there is this bind up of Anna Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea. And then we have the prequel novel Before Green Gables, and this was written by Budge Wilson. And then there is this old vintage edition of Rilla of Ingleside. And then we have the Puffin in Bloom Anna Green Gables edition. And then we have the illustrated junior library edition of Anna Green Gables. And then this children's classic edition of Anna Green Gables. Then we have more hardcover books with the Other Mother Funko Pop and my Chip Mug, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and The Retribution of Mara Dyer, all by Michelle Hodkin, Legend, Prodigy, Champion, Rebel, and Warcross, all by Marie Lu, Sadie by Courtney Summers, Looking for Alaska by John Green, Monday's Not Coming, Let's Hear a Rhyme, and Grown, all by Tiffany D. Jackson, Girl Made of Stars, and How to Make a Wish, both by Ashley Herring Blake, and The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. And then we have more hardcovers. These ones are mainly favorite contemporaries of mine. So we have my Mrs. Potts and Chip Funko, my Genie Funko, and a hashtag Save Amara pin from Geekarella. 365 Days of Wonder, Mr. Brown's Book of Precepts, the exclusive collector's edition of Wonder, another special edition of Wonder, and the movie tie-in edition of Wonder. This is the one that I defaced and annotated, and this is the dust jacket. And then we have a signed edition of Wonder, and Augie and Me 3 Wonder Stories, and these were all by R.J. Palacio. Always Never Yours by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegman Broca, a special hardcover edition of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, The Upside of Unrequited, Leah on the Offbeat, Love Creekwood, and Kate in Waiting, all by Becky Albertalli, Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed, What If It's Us, and Here's to Us, both by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, They Both Die at the End, History Is All You Left Me, and More Happy Than Not, all by Adam Silvera, Geekarella, The Princess and the Fangirl, and Bookish and the Beast, all by Ashley Poston. And then we have my little Hunger Games shelf. So we have a Peeta Mellark Funko, a little Tribute Boy statue, Mockingjay Katniss, Wedding Dress Katniss, and President Snow, as well as a Mockingjay pin from Mockingjay Part 1. So then we have the hardcovers with the Juniper Books dust jackets on them for the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, and then the UK paperback of Catching Fire. So then we have more regular hardcovers with a Tiana from Princess and the Frog Funko Pop, a Sadness from Inside Out figure, an I Love Lucy Funko Pop, and an I Love Lucy mug full of all of my bookmarks. Everything Everything, the exclusive collector's edition of The Sun Is Also a Star, and Instructions for Dancing, all by Nicola Yoon. Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee, Felix Ever After by Kaysen Calendar, Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant, When We Were Them by Laura Taylor Namey, It Goes Like This by Neil Moreland, XOXO by Axio, Can't Take That Away by Steven Salvatore, Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jagradar, Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney, Only Mostly Devastated, Perfect on Paper, both by Sophie Gonzalez, and If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Kel Dietrich, Sweet Cute by Emma Lord, Last Chance Books by Kelsey Rodkey, Shipped by Meredith Tate, and You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. And surprise, surprise, we still have more regular hardcovers to go through. So we have a Scrump Steffi, and then a Lilo and Stitch Funko Pops, and then a little Stitch Lego minifigure. I wish you all the best, and the Dose We Keep, both by Mason Deaver, Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner, How to Love, and Fireworks, both by Katie Katigno, The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali, and Zara Hassan Is Here, both by Sabina Khan, Concrete Rose, the movie tie-in edition of The Hate You Give, and On the Come Up, all by Angie Thomas, When Dimple Met Rishi, There's Something About Sweetie, 10 Things I Hate About Pinky, From Twinkle with Love, Of Curses and Kisses, and Of Princes and Promises, all by Sandia Menon. And this is the final shelf of just regular hardcovers. We have an Eeyore Itty Bitty plushie, a Winnie the Pooh plushie, and an art print from Counting Down With You, She Drives Me Crazy by Kelly Quinlan, As If on Cue by Marissa Cantor, Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, Counting Down With You by Tasha Bouillon, Broken Hearts, Fences, and Other Things to Mend, Revenge, Ice Cream, and Other Things Best Served Cold, and Hearts, Fingers, and Other Things to Cross by Katie Finn, also known as Morgan Matson, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Second Chance Summer, Since You've Been Gone, The Unexpected Everything, Save the Date, and Take Me Home Tonight, all by Morgan Matson, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Lara Jean, all by Jenny Han. So now we have some paperbacks with my 3 Gilmore Girls Funko Pops, Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor Namey, Geekarella by Ashley Poston, Side Effects May Vary, and Dumplin', both by Julie Murphy, 2 editions of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, the regular paperback and the Epic Reads edition, The Fill-In Boyfriend, and By Your Side, both by Casey West, Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, Summer Assault by Katrina Leno, Made You Up by Francesca Zappia, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings, and The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. So then we have more paperbacks. We have a Cool Cat, this is from 10 Rules for Faking It, as well as a little art print for 10 Rules for Faking It, and a little Smurfette figurine. Get a Life Chloe Brown, Take a Hint Danny Brown, Act Your Age Eve Brown, these are all by Talia Hibbert, The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon, Beach Read, and People We Meet on Vacation, both by Emily Henry, The Unhoneymooners, Love in Other Words, and In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, The Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcello, Red, White, and Royal Blue, and One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman, What I Like About You by Marissa Cantor, An Arc of Counting Down With You by Tasha Bouillon, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, 10 Rules for Faking It, and How to Love Your Neighbor, both by Sophie Sullivan, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, We'll Always Have Summer, and these are all by Jenny Han, Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Satanto, Would Like to Meet by Rachel Winters, The Wedding Date, The Proposal, and The Wedding Party, all by Jasmine Guillory, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, and A Convenient Christmas by Jodie Holford. Okay, so now we have more paperbacks. Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, An Arc of the Takedown by Corey Wang, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales, Dear Martin by Nick Stone, Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin, The Duff by Cody Keplinger, Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, Tyler Johnson Was Here by Jay Coles, Audrey Wait by Robin Benway, If I Stay, and Where She Went, both by Gail Foreman, the movie tie-in edition of The Fault in Our Stars, We Can't Keep Meeting Like This by Rachel Lynn Solomon, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, An Arc of Lulu and Milagros Search for Clarity by Angela Velez, The Storied Life of AJ Fikry by Gabrielle Zebin, To Selena with Love by Chris Perez, The X-Hex by Aaron Sterling, and then we have my little Winnie the Pooh corner. So we have this statue of Eeyore that says never underestimate the value of doing nothing, and then we have the 3 Christopher Robin Funko Pops, and the Barnes & Noble Classics edition of The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne with illustrations by Ernest H. Shepard. Then we kind of have like mixed paperbacks and hardcovers. So we have all of my It Funkos. We have Pennywise, Billy, Richie, and Eddie, I think his name is, and then another little Pennywise figure at the end, plus a signed card by Rochelle Mead for The Golden Lily, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, The Reckoning, The Summoning, The Awakening, another copy of The Reckoning, The Gathering, The Calling, The Rising, and another copy of The Gathering, all by Kelly Armstrong, An Arc of Blood Like Magic by Lizelle Sambury, Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, Last Sacrifice. Then we have the Vampire Academy graphic novel, Frostbite graphic novel, and the Shadow Kiss graphic novel. These were all adapted by Leigh Dragoon. The Vampire Academy 10th Anniversary Edition, Bloodlines, The Golden Lily, The Indigo Spell, The Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and The Ruby Circle, all by Rochelle Mead, and Dark Visions by L.J. Smith. There's an art print for Soul Owls, a Dorothy Itty Bitty, Red Ruby Slippers, and Toto in a Basket, as well as a Pinocchio Funko Pop, Tender Loving Care by Anne Park, The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks, The Giver by Lois Lowry, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, the UK edition of What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, The Paper and Heart Society by Lucy Powery, Dark Secrets by Elizabeth Chandler, The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer, Julie and the Phantoms, The Edge of Great, and Julie and the Phantoms, Whatever Happens, The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, Souls by Kahila Harry, Keeper by Kim Chance, Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and the Barnes & Noble Classics edition of The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. Okay, and we have finally reached the last shelf. So we have a Sorcerer Mickey Funko Pop, and then a little figurine of Mike Wazowski and Boo from Monsters Inc. Unite Me, Find Me, Believe Me, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, and Restore Me, all by Tahara Mafi, Soul Screamers Volume 1, Soul Screamers Volume 2, Soul Screamers Volume 3, and Soul Screamers Volume 4, all by Rachel Vincent, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, The Help by Catherine Stockett, Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After, all by Stephanie Perkins, Burn for Burn, Fire with Fire, and Ashes to Ashes, all by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. So that was my updated bookshelf tour for 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and like I said at the beginning of the video, comment down below how you organize your bookshelves because I'd really love to know. Subscribe if you've not yet already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!